Picture the 80s, the 90s, even the early 2000s, each decade has a distinct style to it. The various leg warmers, bell-bottom jeans, or chunky jewelry that make each era what it truly was. But picturing the last 5 years, you'll find that there's no distinct fashion that has truly stuck. In recent years, trends have gone back and forth from vintage fashion to grunge fashion to more niche styles based on various trends. It appears as though teenagers and young adults nowadays, the target demographic for the latest new style, are going through trends as fast as they blink. But who or what is to blame for the increase in these cycles? The answer is fast fashion. Fast fashion is the term used to describe the cheap, disposable clothing that floods our stores and online marketplaces. Even clothing stores that are popular in malls, such as Zara, Forever 21, or H&M to name a few, are major players in the fast fashion market. Clothing categorized as fast fashion often takes their designs from bigger companies and replicates them using cheaper materials that are environmentally costly and not long-lasting. But what exactly are the environmental costs behind these low market prices? In the next few minutes, we take a closer look at the harmful effects of fast fashion and how our love for constantly cycling through fashion trends is erasing generational fashion. Fast fashion is a relatively new phenomenon, and it is already having a huge impact on the world around us. It is proved to be largely harmful to the environment. It uses up significant amounts of water and pollutes this water with toxic chemicals that come from clothing dye and microplastic. The fashion industry as a whole is responsible for the consumption of 79 trillion liters of water annually, making up about 20% of industrial wastewater. Synthetic materials, such as polyester, are easier, cheaper, and quicker to produce than cotton, and in turn also generate more carbon emissions. Clothes are also starting to pile up in landfills, where mountains of discarded clothing can be seen in dumps. Many brands take advantage of developing countries where environmental regulations are not as strict and where more young, impressionable people, even children, are persuaded to work in unsuitable conditions. Many of these people are thrown into unsafe working conditions with long hours and little pay. Employers are able to get away with this because the fashion supply chain is so quick and complex that it is difficult for businesses to control every aspect of production. This makes it possible to hire children to do labor and clothing to be produced without consumers knowing where it came from. This cycle of buying and disposing is having a detrimental effect on the fashion industry as a whole. In the past, clothes were made to last, and they were passed down through generations. There isn't a specific look for this decade like there was in previous decades, largely due to fast fashion. This makes people feel the need to cycle through trends even quicker. Social media apps like TikTok and Instagram perpetuate new styles and fashion trends and are able to spread to a wider audience. Posts on these apps will often have links to fast fashion sites where a purchase can be made in just a few clicks, often for very affordable prices too. I spoke with high school senior Francis Kasuni for a bit of insight as to what this looks like from the perspective of the target teenage audience.
They're selling clothes to you very cheap that are like exactly what you want to buy, exactly what you see influencers wearing, like, oh, if I wear that, like, it's gonna be cute, it's gonna be an aesthetic outfit. So I definitely say, like, at least for me, like, the affordability of fast fashion honestly is like a big thing. And like the fact that like it's like so trendy, like so on top of the trends, is definitely like an appealing factor. Social media is designed to like sell us products, to get us to buy micro trends. So I definitely have like felt like I've seen an ad for like a piece of clothing and I'm like, ooh, that's cute.
But the influence of social media is also good for spreading awareness about the harm caused by fast fashion.
Most of the information that I've got regarding fast fashion has definitely been online, like honestly, like TikTok, Instagram, like honestly social media has been pretty good at sharing fast fashion, especially since a lot of social media sites are tailored towards like micro trends and like honestly fast fashion, so a lot of like targeting the micro trends, trying to stop micro trends, have been through the same social media sites. So I definitely say online has been the best source of information for me, at least, finding information about fast fashion.
So what can we do to break the cycle? The answer is simple. We need to start thinking about the long-term impact of our choices. This means valuing quality over quantity and investing in clothes that will last. Or, as 17-year-old Maya Yi does it, trying your hand at a creative solution.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I've been combining my love for fashion with my goal to be more environmentally sustainable. When I was younger and I started learning more about how plastic affects the planet and specifically the ocean, I started a project with old t-shirts as a way to recycle t-shirts that were unwanted and make reusable grocery bags. I started getting into sewing when I was like 10 or 11 because it's something that I noticed my mom liked doing, and I thought that the idea of like making my own clothes seemed pretty cool. I've really found that like making my own clothing has made it so I don't have to give money to support the fast fashion industry. Like, it doesn't fit every single body type, and it's also not made to last. So I liked being able to make clothes that last longer than like 2 wears. I hope to one day open my own store or start my own fashion line that's based more on sustainable, long-lasting clothing that also fits and like looks good on every body type.
By changing the way we think about fashion, we can not only reduce our impact on the environment and workers, but also help to preserve the artistry and craftsmanship that makes fashion such a beautiful and important part of our culture. Shopping secondhand can also help. There are many thrift stores that are dedicated to selling secondhand clothing, one popular example being Goodwill. You can also buy this kind of secondhand clothing online with apps like Depop and Poshmark.
I do sell on Depop. I've only sold a couple things so far, but honestly it was like a really easy process. Like, you just post the clothes that you want to sell on Depop, and then Depop handles like the shipping labels and everything, and like marketing the clothes.
Both buying and selling on these apps help to contribute to slowing the speed of fashion. It's important for everybody to do what they can to break the cycle of fast fashion and work towards a more sustainable future. With our ever-changing world and its technology, the minds of this generation possess the power to make a change, come up with innovative solutions, and slow the speed of fashion as it cycles through. What's your next course of action?